What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Source and Company. I'm your host, Source, of course. As always, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Estimated Source on both of those. Follow the Source and Company YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. And last but not least, the Instagram for the show, which is Source NCO Podcast _ RVA. This is the first time I'm actually saying it right. I changed it to the RVA part, and I still was saying the joint without the RVA. People are like, where is it? Yeah, I know. But anyway, today's episode is special. Wanted to do something different. So I grabbed 3 of my guys, firefighters in the 804. Want to show them some love and appreciation and get to know them a little bit. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We won't start from the elder statesman to the youth. Do that.
So start with me?
Well, yeah.
All right. Okay, well, all right. I've been a firefighter now for 17 years. I'm 47 years old.
State your name.
Oh, Djalmar Perry. Djalmar. I've been in city of Richmond all my life. Went to Huguenot High School, Virginia State for 2 years. I joined the fire department in 2004. And so that gives me roughly about 17 years, close up 17 years. And I love being a firefighter, absolutely. I'm in Truck 3. I've been at Station 10, which houses Truck 3 my whole career, except for 1 year on the south side of 23.
Where's Truck 3, just so I know?
Truck 3 is in Station 10 on Hermitage and Lee Street, right down the street from the Washington football team facility.
Why we got to talk about bad stuff, though? All right, cool.
So call it what it is.
On you, Rob.
I'm Rob Harris. I've been with the Richmond Fire Department for 10 years now. Yeah, it'll be 10 years in December in the field. I'm currently stationed at Station 13. It's the water rescue company down off of Commerce and Maury. Been there for 3 years. Before there, I moved a few different places. I started at Station 15 in Highland Park, then was moved to Southside Station 23, then went to Station 20, and then finally made my way to Station 13. I've been here for 3 years now. I'm enjoying it. I'm originally from New Jersey, came down here to go to college, went to Randolph-Macon, played 4 years basketball for the legendary Coach Rhodes, and now I'm here being a firefighter in the city of Richmond.
My man, I knew you was gonna mention Jersey before we got 5 minutes in, but
Absolutely.
What's up, Nate?
Yeah, my name is Nathan McFadden. I only have 2 years on the fire department here in Richmond. I'm at Station 21 off of Jeff Davis, JD and Belmead. Spent my whole life in the 804, went to Meadowbrook High School, go Monarchs. Our station houses the foam unit, so we're part of the regional foam team here at Station 21, and yeah, been living the dream for about 2 years.
Bruh. So I'm proud of all y'all. I appreciate all y'all for real. Nate, I saw you, like I literally saw you from not a firefighter to going through it all and then becoming a firefighter. So it's special to see you, enjoying the job, man, for real.
Oh, yeah.
So that fool love the job. Let's not say enjoying the job. That fool is in love with the job. Boy.
Oh, by the way, Rob's station is our sister station. His station is about 2 miles from us. So we go to a lot of calls with Station 13 and Truck 5.
Y'all have a special bond already from ball to the field. So y'all kind of mentioned how long y'all been in it, but let's just figure out, like, how'd you even go this route? Djalmar, how did you even, what even possessed you to do this? Because this is not for everybody, clearly.
Yeah, no, it's not for everybody. I can honestly say I didn't know nothing about firefighting. I'm the first one in my family to do it. Nothing about it. I really thought you put the wet stuff on the hot stuff, and that's how you fought fire. I now know it's a whole lot more to it than that. And I didn't want to be a firefighter until I met one. And I met one around 20, 21 years old. And he convinced me, like, damn, you got a good job. You barely ever work. And it seems like you make decent money. Let me try to do that. So it took me 6 years to get on. I tried 3 different occasions to get on to the department, and the third try got me in. So every time I tried, it was 2 years in between. So 6 years to get on, but I stuck with it and I got in.
So before you got into it, it never crossed your mind, and you just
I never even thought about firefighting. I saw firefighters, ain't think twice about them. Never turned me on. Fire trucks didn't do shit for me. It was just dudes with a job. Didn't mean nothing to me until I became one.
16 years, 17 years later, and it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it's changed my life completely.
Nate, like I said, you're the youngest and the newest firefighter. So
Yep.
how'd you get in, man?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. I used to work like a lot of warehouse jobs, a lot of plants, and I saw that there was no end game to that. And like one day I was just working, and I was like, you know what? Like, what are my strengths? What do I like to do? And how can I get paid for it? Like, what job lines up with those, right? And the same with DJ. I had no idea about fire service, but that job lined up with my interests. So from there, like DJ, I got told no a whole bunch of times. I started applying for jobs in 2013. I got hired here in 2018, so 2017. But yeah, the more I learned about the job, you know, through the years, it just fit more and more. And if you ask any of those two guys, they'll tell you, if you meet any firefighter, they'll always say it's the best job in the world. And like, I wanted to see what it was about. And yeah, it hasn't disappointed. I've been here, like I say, here with Richmond for 2 years, and I love it here.
No. Jersey Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Before you go, Mike. Actually, I remember when I had my interview here. So me and Rob, we played football together. And I remember telling Rob I got an interview, and I had like a little peach fuzz. He was like, "Hey man, you might want to shave that before you go on your interview."
Good advice.
Good advice.
With me, man, you know, I grew up in a township of Irvington. I think we had 2 fire stations in the whole city. And you know, when you're in elementary school, they always take you by the fire station. You know, that's like a field trip, whatever. I think, if I believe so, we walked there from my elementary school, if I remember. I never really had a thought about being a firefighter until I met a dude named Trey, not Trey Kenny. I met a dude named Trey I used to play ball with at AmFam. He's a firefighter in Fairfax. And he looked at me one day, he said, "Man, y'all better come get this money. They giving it away." I'm like, "What you talking about?" He's like, he was telling me he was a firefighter. He was making about 6 figures a year after overtime, this and that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So I applied for Fairfax. I went really far into their process, but didn't get the job for whatever reason, I don't know. And then my part-time job at the time, I was working at the Country Club of Virginia, which I still do, but I was wasn't personal training yet. The manager there used to date a firefighter in Richmond. So she's always into the first responder thing. So she knew when they was hiring, she said, "Hey, you should apply for Richmond since I know you applied for Fairfax." Needless to say, 6,000 applicants, 3,000 took the test in the morning, 3,000 took the test in the afternoon. And I was one of the 48 that got hired off of that list. So back in 2010. So I had no fire experience during the time. Nobody in my family was firefighters. It was just something that I said, I'm gonna try it out, and I got it. And I ain't looked back since.
Man, so I didn't even really think about, like, I mean, obviously it's a lot of people that want to be firefighters, but that sounds like a crazy number though. Like you said, 3,000?
6,000 people took the test the day I took the test. I was 1 to 6,000. 3,000. They had the test at the convention center. 3,000 took the morning session. 3,000 took the afternoon session.
Wow.
Okay. You got to remember what was going on when Rob took his test. It was when the housing market had crashed, so the economy was totally flip flop. Everybody was out of jobs. A lot of people was out of jobs, and the fire department was hiring. I think he had the highest amount of applicants that year when he got it. And like he said, it was 3,000 people try to get on, And the first round, we might have only had 15 spots. So for Rob to get on that list, it was blessed.
Yep.
Guess it was meant to be, huh?
Absolutely.
You mentioned playing basketball, Rob. You had aspirations of greatness.
Man, everybody have aspiration to greatness until reality strike. You know, I always said, man, and I say this all the time, I could have continued playing basketball had I had the mindset that I have now. I could have continued playing basketball, but at the same time, I had just had my son going into my senior year of college. So, you know, me growing up with my dad here and there, I was like, all right, I can't really go do that because then my child would not have me at all. So I was like, I got to figure something out. So for 4 years, I graduated in 06 from Randolph-Macon. For 4 years, man, I went from job to job. I went from working at Cintas as a management trainee. I worked at MetLife as an insurance salesperson. I worked at The Buckle and Abercrombie and Fitch. I did everything in those 4 years until I found this job. This career, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a career because it's not a lot of in and out. Well, I guess it could be a lot of in and out with people that.
No, you really got to mess up to lose this job.
Well, hold on, it's changed though. It's changed though. Like when I came in 17 years ago, we was like, all right, 25 years, we get our retirement, we get our pension, we straight for life. I've noticed now in the last 10 years that dudes are coming in and they're leaving. They're not.
Oh yeah. They're leaving because you know what? They with the health concerns and the things that are going on, it's scaring a lot of people.
It is, no doubt. It ain't for everybody. Like who said that? It ain't for everybody. Somebody said that.
It ain't for everybody. I think you said it.
It ain't for everybody.
The outside
it ain't for everybody.
It ain't for me. That's why I know it ain't for. No, you mentioned health concerns, Djalmar, and that's real. Like outside
very real.
The normal health concerns, you now have to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic and the responses to that, and
all right,
who have to deal with it as well.
Forget about that. Forget about the COVID-19. It's real. I know it's real. It's happening, yes. But in my years, I had 3 co-workers kill themselves. We have PTSD is real for us, whether we admit it or not. In the fire department, it's a taboo, but it's there. The military receives a lot of help with PTSD. Firefighters really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff that we see, and nobody ever like, how you want to deal with this? What's up? You okay? Let's talk about it. You frowned upon in the fire department if you talk about stuff like that. So a lot of times we get together, and people, if you were from the outside and you saw us, you would be like, oh, y'all messed up. We'll get together and we'll joke about what we see. But that's how we get over it. You know, we see some messed up stuff. And by the time we get home in the morning, we don't want to talk about it. But we talk about it amongst each other. And we laugh about it like, dang, that was messed up. But everybody, all right, let's go home. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And that's the end of it.
Now, double down on that as being a black man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Double down on that. Yeah. And not being able to express yourself because the world doesn't want to hear what you got to say, or the world don't care about your problem. So you got to hold all that in.
Sure. Yeah.
That's real though. But actually, I talked to another firefighter. I saw a guy actually online. He's in my group, the sports group. I didn't know he was a firefighter. He just happened to mention something about the firehouse tomorrow. I was like, So I sent him a message and asked him, did he have any thoughts? I told him I was going to talk to y'all. He was like, he works out in Chesterfield, Lamont Johnson. He works out in Chesterfield. He said it was a cultural shock for some of the other guys to accept us in the department. When I always had to stand my ground, trying to give them some insight as someone who grew up in Highland Park and, coach sports as well. He said the motto at the end of the day is the same. Everyone goes home.
Yep.
Yeah, I can, from the outside in, I can say, yes, that is the motto. I understand it. But that extra stress, bro, like that's why I wanted to talk to y'all as Black firefighters as well, because you add the stress of the job plus the stress of being Black and actually what's going on right now. How do you deal with that? Because even though you say that's the way y'all deal with it, Djalmar, that's not necessarily the healthiest way to deal with something. So should there be more available to firefighters?
There is now. Richmond Fire Department has made a peer mental, I guess, mentor group where if we feel like we need to talk to somebody, there are peer counselors we can talk to. We also have what's called REAP, which is a Richmond Employee Assistance Program, and they have people you can talk to, counselors in the city. If you don't want to talk to somebody you work with, it's ways that you can work it out. You can talk to somebody about what you're going through if you need to talk to somebody. You don't have to struggle alone or be in a bad situation on your own. You can talk to somebody. Always somebody.
I'm gonna add on to that. We communicate, like when DJ said, we talk, we make jokes about it. Understand something, like the crew that we have, we spend a third of our lives with this crew, so they become your family.
Right.
They become people that you can talk to about any, like you got people to talk to, like even with my shift, when all this stuff started going down, my shift, we sat out when the riots and the protesting started. We sat out in front of the truck one day. We didn't leave after lineup. And my crew literally asked me what was on my mind, what was going on in my head, how did I feel about what was going on, what am I thinking? Like, our crews genuinely care. Now, granted, there's always those outliers out there that just are just messed up for whatever reason they are. But genuinely, our crew genuinely care about us, because at the end of the day, they're depending on us to be able to do our job completely. And if something is going to hinder us from doing our job, that puts their lives at risk as well.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, I had got lucky. Out of the 5 people in my crew, 3 of us are Black, and we're all the same age. So, like, when it comes to just being able to be yourself, that's the one thing that I think your guy from Chesterfield was talking about. Like, I know plenty of guys that I talk to, and they say that's the one complaint. Is like they feel like they can't be themselves. You go in a station and it's like, okay, I don't know, country music station is on. You can't talk about sports and stuff like that. But that's like the complete opposite. And I got lucky because we can talk about anything with my crew at least. And like Rob was saying, he's at a 2-company house, and I think Rob's the only Black person in all 3 shifts, correct? You know, and I can honestly say that though, Mike. Like, a lot of the guys do genuinely care, which is good. Sometimes, like, when you leave work, it's kind of like you go into the real world, because at work it's like you wouldn't know half the time that, like, oh shit, like we got 3 white people, because like the culture here versus when you go home is completely different. Sometimes you got to catch yourself. But I personally got lucky because I'm with a bunch of brothers my same age.
Let me put it in proper perspective too, Mike. All right. So in the state of Virginia, Richmond is considered Central Division. And whenever you say I'm a firefighter and you're in this area, everybody know where you work at. Because Henrico and Chesterfield don't have a whole lot of us. Yeah. Richmond has the most Black firefighters. So you ain't got to say, I'm in Richmond. Right? They just guess, you must be Richmond. So when he's saying what he's saying, like Rob, where Rob works at, he's on a specialty team. He's a part of the river rescue team. And a lot of the Black guys don't care to go on that river. Me personally, I don't want to have nothing to do with that river, period. And I'm in a specialty company too. But Rob can hide that shit. Believe me, he can hide that. And so he's an anomaly amongst us.
Yeah.
We don't really want to do that. Rob loves it because he's physically fit, able to get through the water, and it doesn't bother him. But a lot of us don't want to deal with that. So he chooses to be in a house like that. It's not like they don't want us there. They want anybody who can do it, but we just don't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even have a comeback for that one. Okay.
And he ain't lying, bro, because you know what? I can tell you right now, when I took when we did the training, because you know you got to get certifications for this.
Right.
When I did it, there were 2 or 3 other black guys in the class with me. One of them stopped halfway through and said, "This ain't for me." The other 2 finished it, but they stayed away. Nah, we ain't going over there. It is what it is.
Yep. It is what it is.
Yep.
So what do y'all do to like? Okay, I feel like y'all are always on the job. Like you may not be at the house all the time, but I feel like y'all are always on the job. That's how
You are, no doubt. If I get in trouble right now, it's not gonna say Djalmar Perry did this, that, and the other. It's gonna say a Richmond firefighter did this, that, and the other. I'm always a Richmond firefighter. So whatever I do, I have to keep that in mind. Always. Until I retire.
Wow.
Yep.
So what do you do? And I mean, any of the 3, you can answer this first. What do you do to relax outside of the house?
I do art. My art takes my mind away from what I've done. It just puts me in a whole different world. So I've gotten deeper and deeper and deeper into my art. That's what I do.
Me personally, like I say, I'm relatively new, Mike. So I've seen things, but I haven't been like, I haven't seen the things that DJ and Rob seen just due to sheer inexperience. So for me, I'm not at that point to where things are weighing on my mind. Granted, you see crazy stuff, but you know me, I like to work out, hang out with the kids. But yeah, I think just the fact that, you know, my inexperience hasn't allowed me to see the things that the other 2 guys have seen. So
You keep saying inexperience, which I understand. I understand you haven't been on the job long. I'm like 2 years in regular time might seem to go by fast for some people.
oh yeah.
But me looking at you 2 years in this particular field, that can seem like a long time. I mean, it feels like a long time in the job.
I can say this, and DJ and Rob can agree. I think in my 2 years, I've probably seen more dead people than, you know, you probably see in a lifetime. Just in 2 years.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, because where he is, he's on Jeff Davis Highway, right? Jeff Davis don't play. Yeah. You see a lot over there. I don't know why he trying to make you think that he's green. He ain't green.
Saying, you know.
Like, bro, 2 weeks there, you might be like, oh Lord, I can't do it.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me that much, because the good thing about Richmond is we don't transport. We don't have an ambulance service with us. So for the most part, we're there for a short period of time, and we're out unless you have to ride with the ambulance. So like those traumatic calls, you know, you're on. And DJ and Rob can tell you, like, if we're eating, you go to a shooting. When we clear back, we're going right back to eating. If we were watching the game, we're going right back to watch the game. So it's like, and if you with a bunch of good guys, like, you don't have time to dwell on it. It's just like you go there, you do your job. It's not your emergency. You're just there to help. That's how you don't get attached to calls. You realize that, like, I didn't cause this emergency. I'm here to do the best I can, you know. And I think that mindset kind of keeps you afloat versus getting attached to every call and you bring it home and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know I ain't about that life, but I'd be bringing like, why again? What about you, Rob?
With me, man, you know, y'all know me, so y'all know me. I got my things that I do when I'm not at work. You know, I live alone, man. For the better part of my fire career, you know, I had a girlfriend, whatever. But right now, I live alone. You know what I'm saying? I have my son every once in a, you know, I have my son a good, decent amount, but he doesn't live with me. But with me, man, when I get off of work, that's it. I check out. Like, so I'm on my motorcycle. That's one of the biggest things that's in my life that I continue doing. Before that, it was sports. You know what I mean? I played basketball. I played flag football with Nate. I did martial arts. I did a whole lot of things, man. Just try to keep myself busy all the time. But now it's just, you know, like Nate said, man, I can leave that stuff at work because I know it's work. You know, certain things bother you just because of the nature of the things. Like you see certain things and the nature of the call will bother you. But at the same token, like I can categorize it in my mind as that was work. And so being able to do that, I'm able to move freely in my normal time and not be stressed or depressed about things that I've seen, things that I've had to do, or anything like that. And like I said, I spent a lot of time on my motorcycle. I was just on it right before I got on this call. So, and it's cold outside. So,
Indeed. Yo, I got a couple more questions for y'all. We're gonna take a quick break and get back to it in just a minute. All right.
all right.
10-4.
Yo, what up? Checking in from Laurel Barbershop, 9101 Old Staples Mill Road. Rob in the background. Y'all probably can't hear me because Rob talking crazy. Check in with my man. This is Reggie. Check in with my man Reggie, my man Rob. We got Jimmy in the back. Light Skin Coalition, as you can see. 9101 Old Staples Mill Road in Richmond. When you see the Wawa, make that right, and then come on down the street a little ways, and you'll see him on the right hand side. All right.
This guy right here.
That guy look like Jerome Bettis. All right, y'all. We are back. Looks like we're one man down at the moment. So, but Nate was actually on the job, so he may have gotten a call. So, Godspeed to him. As for you, gentlemen, let's get back to it. I wanted to get into the relationship that you guys have with the police. Like, when we think of, kids want to grow up and be doctor, lawyer, firefighter, police officer. Firefighter, police officer. So we kind of think of those two together. Plus, coming to the scene, firefighter, police officer. I don't think people consider y'all the same at all, especially these days. But I wonder if the tension at the moment has put a strain on you all's relationship with the police, or if it's been any different.
All right. So, as firefighting and police go, outside of the fire department, I'm just an average, everyday brother, and so I try to abide by the law best as I can, and not get in any situations where I might end up on the news, because I'm a black man, big black man. On the job, when we interact with police, they love us. We like brothers. They look out for us. They want to make sure that we're safe. They sit and talk to us. It's all good. I can honestly say, as far as Richmond police go, they really are good guys. I have never seen a Richmond cop do something that's like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. I've never had that situation, and we work with them a lot. They have kept people off of us. Like during the riots, they kept the protesters away from us while we fought fire, because some of them was trying to cut our lines. Some of them were trying to put holes in our hose lines. The cops kept them away. Nobody got hurt. They didn't physically do anything to anybody, just kept them away. So, I mean, as far as Richmond police go, I'm good with them. I'm real good with them. I appreciate Richmond police. They're good people to me.
We always joke to say, police are there to protect our hose line when we have a fire. Police, actually, our relationship with the police department is real good, man. They like DJ said, they talk to us. They'll come by the station. Sometimes they'll hang out at the stations, whatever. I've been at plenty of stations where police officers will come in on their lunch break just so they can sit down, eat, whatever, relax, whatever. The relationship's pretty good, man. To the point where I've been on the job for 10 years, so most of these the Richmond police officers know who I am when I'm in my personal vehicle and I'm in my Civics. They know who I am. I literally had a cop pull up on the side of me before and say, "Hey, your brake light's out," because they knew who I was. So, the relationship with the Richmond Police Department is good. And as far, when the protests and everything started happening, I was sitting back and I was trying to understand, I understand where the protests were coming from. And I had to sit back and, like, Richmond is one of the most diverse police departments I've seen. And a lot of the people who are policing in Richmond are from Richmond, which is rare. Like, it's extremely rare. So, and I've been listening to all the things going on, and I'm trying to understand a lot of where people are coming from as far as attacking the Richmond Police Department, because I think they've done they've done a decent job with what they have. And understand, we know what they have because we know what their budget is, and we know what they're getting and not getting because their budget affects our budget.
Mm.
Like, so we, whatever the monies that they're getting, like, we know about it because we try to piggyback off of them on a lot of things like raises and pay scales and things like that. So we know a lot about what they got going on. But as for the most part, man, policemen, they've been cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had to call Chesterfield and Henrico into the city during the protest because the cops didn't have riot gear. They wasn't ready for that. It wasn't something they ever foresaw happening. They wasn't ready for that.
Doesn't that seem crazy?
It does. But like Rob said, we know their budget because they mirror us, and we know what we need. So it's not shocking that they didn't have something that they might need one day. They never saw it happening. They probably got it now though. It probably never happened again. But riots in Richmond to that magnitude, I don't think that had ever happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope not. We're actually recording this. I wasn't going to mention it, but we are recording this on the night before the
election.
So you say never again, hopefully. And I guess it depends on how things go. And I ain't trying to take y'all down that road because clearly you work with the police and for the city, and I'm not trying to bring y'all on no foolishness. So we shall see. We'll just call it we shall see, and we hope for
the best.
Peaceful response.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Hopefully whoever is in the White House, people will just adjust to it and keep going. And it won't come and try to burn our city down again. A lot of people that was doing that were not citizens of Richmond.
No, they weren't.
No.
That's the why, because I know it gets frustrating as you're looking at like I said, I'm not going down this road, but you look at
we'll talk about it.
The rioters, you see looters, and you don't have time, don't have time to worry about or decipher who is who. All you see is the fire or the issue that needs to be resolved. So
yeah, you can't. Well, it's not our job to figure out who did this. Our job is to mitigate the situation and make things safe again. And the investigator can figure out what happened. Me and Rob go in there, we fight the fire, we go home. And that's the end of our involvement.
Indeed. Do you ever feel like you want to be on the other side of that though? Like, can you be neutral outside of your civic duties or outside of your actual job duties?
Oh, you mean like how some are protesting, like keep the Confederate monuments, and some are saying don't?
Yeah, like that.
Well, I got my feelings on that for sure. I mean, me being a black man born and raised in Richmond, I wish they would get rid of them. Every one of them, no doubt. But if they do or they don't, it is what it is. Hopefully Mayor Stoney will make that change if he can, and if he can't, hopefully people can live with it.
Right.
Yeah, but I hate them statues. I really do. I hate them all, every one of them, except Arthur Ashe. Keep Ashe.
At the end of the day, I'm a black man first.
Yep.
So before I was a firefighter, I was a black man. Before I was helping any of these citizens, I was a black man. So my whole thing with all of this is, I have my feelings on it. There's a picture of me and my son standing on top of the statue with all the graffiti on it, and me explaining to him the significance of the moment, the situation, what's going on in the world today, why things are going the way they are. Yeah. And, but at the same time, my job is to do what I have to do. So if I'm supposed to help keep people safe. So if there's a fire going on, I got to do what I got to do. I got to put it out. If it's I don't care if it's a racist person, not a racist person, whatever. If somebody don't like me for the color of my skin, but they're hurt, it's my job to help them. I can give a damn how you feel about me. I'm gonna do my job at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You can feel however you want about a black man saving your life. That's up to you. That has no bearing on me.
Yep. There you go.
You're gonna do your job either way. Understood.
That's it.
Yeah.
Respect it. Yeah, I had a guy, actually, Rob, I won't mention his name, that is always out at the process, has always been at the process since the beginning. And a police officer, my main officer Hinton, KC. I don't know if y'all know him, but
Yeah, football player, Verona, right?
yeah. I had them on and kind of, had them discussing the issues. And KC sent me a message even before we did that. He was like, he was saying, I know you pray for me. Like, I know you don't want anything to happen to me, regardless of how you feel about Richmond police or police officers in general. I know you don't want anything to happen to me. And it kind of puts a face when you know the person or a couple of people, it kind of puts a face to it. And it's probably, obviously y'all know police officers. So nobody wants their friends or their loved ones in harm's way.
No.
It's just, it's a tough situation all the way around, regardless of how you look at it, though.
Yeah, true indeed. So I pray for their safety. Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about these rules y'all have in the firehouse, though, because us laymen, us citizens, regular old citizens, watch fire shows. I guess shows with firefighters, and it seems like it's a lot to deal with different personalities when you're just at a regular job, like a 9 to 5. Y'all deal with people that y'all have to actually be in the field with and kind of live with to a certain extent.
That's right.
How do y'all maintain, how do y'all coexist with people with anybody, let alone people that you have no interest in being friends with?
I got you. First of all, you got to realize that, everybody got their own opinions. They have their own thoughts, the way they were raised. A lot of us, when black firefighters, when we come in, like I said before, we have never done this before. We didn't join a volunteer fire department. So we are totally green to this lifestyle. It's different on the white firefighter side. A lot of them have been doing this all their lives. Their father was one, their grandfather was one. They know all about it. They come in knowing what to do. So it's an adjustment. When you're a rookie, your first year, it's a probationary year. And basically you're told, we want to see you, but we don't want to hear you. Be on the job, but get out of our face. And really, that's a respect thing. When you come in, you don't come in like you know what you're doing, because you really don't. You look for the guy who has the most seniority, try to get under his wing, ask him what to do, watch him, see what he does, and govern yourself accordingly. And at some point, you become that guy. Dudes who come in like they got it and it's all good and I ain't worried about nothing, a lot of time they get ostracized. Yeah, just the nature of the beast.
At the end of the day, man, it's all about respect. And give respect, receive respect. You know what I'm saying? With this job, unspoken rules and things like that, man. The two basic rules of this: don't mess with anybody's gear, don't mess with anybody's food. That's literally like the basic rules we have. Other than that, man, it's respect at the end of the day. As long as you respect me, I respect you. And if we have a difference of opinion about the respect that's going out, we can have a conversation about that. And you hope that people handle those conversations like men and not like children, because then that's where things can go bad and go south. But for the most part, man, being at the firehouse is great, man. I've learned a lot. Let me tell you something, man. I've never sat on a sitting lawnmower in my life. I've had a push lawnmower the entire time I grew up. When they asked me to cut grass at the fire academy, it was a riding lawnmower. I had no idea how to use that damn thing. I had no idea how to start up a partner saw or any of the saws. I've never used a saw in my life. But these are things that learn. And you know what? A lot of these guys that are in the firemen, a lot of these guys, they know how to do a lot of this stuff. And
Rob, we losing you, Rob. You cut.
Do a few things and you learn how to do things and as a city boy, learn a whole lot of different things that you ain't never thought you'd do in your life. I literally have a coworker right now who's part Indian, and he might as well be considered a cowboy because he knows how to make a lasso. He knows how to throw it and catch somebody. It's insane. Like this, I would have never met somebody like that in my normal days, my normal behavior.
Right.
But this is what I got at the fire station, and I learned stuff from him every day. All he cares about is hunting and all that. That's not up my alley, but guess what? I'm learning about it. Like I said, it's all about respect, man. We respect each other. We're 24 hours a day. We eat together. That's the biggest thing, and I really want to drive that home to stations that don't eat together. Like that part, the eating together is more important than people understand, because just like the family time at home, when you sit down at a table and eat together, it's a different camaraderie than everybody eating on their own.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's a family atmosphere.
Yeah.
I get invited, you know what? I get invited to their houses, to their cookouts. They always invite me to anything they got going on family-wise. One of my lieutenant's daughters is in love with me. And it's like great because she's like 4 years old. Like the sweetest little thing in the world. She thinks I'm like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Oh, Rob.
So, I mean, it's like I said, man, it's family.
You're used to that treatment from the ladies, Rob, from 40.
No. Not at all.
Man, I once again, appreciate y'all taking the time to jump on with me. I wanted to, like I said, show some love to the brethren and Black firefighters in general, but as Black man, I know it's kind of a different journey for y'all. So wanted to show y'all some love. And let me see now, Rob, your connection is a little shaky right now.
Hold on, it might have picked up on the Wi-Fi. Hold on.
Yeah, it's been going in.
It did.
A little bit.
Yeah, it picked up on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so I just wanted to see if y'all had any last words before we check out. Shout out to Nate once again. We appreciate Nate joining us from the gig, so definitely appreciate that. But y'all got any last words for the people before we bounce out?
Basically, man, whatever happens tomorrow, just go home and act like it's another day. No matter who is in the White House, you still got to go to work. You still got to take care of your family. You still got to try to avoid COVID, and just live your life, man. Don't let DC get down here. It is what it is. You've done what you could do. You voted. God bless you.
I got something I want to say. I want people to understand something. When you dial 911, it goes to an operator first. It doesn't come to us. The operator has to key in the call. When they start keying in the call, then we finally get dispatched. When we get dispatched, mind you, we have to drive to wherever you are. So normally we're out of the station. If it's an EMS call, we're out of the station in less than 30 seconds. Everybody throws their stuff on the truck and we're gone. If it's a fire call, we have to get dressed as fast as we can, get on the truck, and then go. Now, with the fire calls, my station is one of the real, I guess, not dark horses, but we like one of the unicorns, because we're dressed and out of the house in like 25 seconds. And I'm not gonna say the rest of that, but we out of the house. But you gotta understand, like, I understand when people call 911, they think that we should be there right away. But there's time that passes between you calling 911, the dispatcher getting the information that they have to get, and then them dispatching us. So there's time that passes, and it's not that we're slow at all, because the 1, 2, 3 minutes that it took for us to get there feels like a lifetime to you, but we're coming as fast as we can. Just understand that.
I can respect it and appreciate it. Once again, Djalmar Perry, Rob Harris, my man Nate McFadden, who had to bounce. We just gonna believe that he had a call and had to go. So thank y'all.
If he's not responding to you, he had a call.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But again, thank y'all, brothers, and Source and Company. We out here.